Good evening. Sorry, guys, I'm late. I'm a little late. Okay, so I was trying different eyes makeup looks. Takes a little while. I have makeup on face. Oh my god, I have second addiction makeups. Okay, so oh my god, you guys. Thanks for logging in. Okay, so anyway, so I was gonna say, so today is the first day that I was out there wearing gloves, guys. Seriously, wearing gloves today. It's that cold, okay? It's starting to be cold. So it's kind of interesting. Interesting. So, okay. So, guys, okay, because yeah, I'm bear with me because sometimes, yesterday I was like, my makeup look was bad. I was like, oh my god, terrible. But thank God I have airbrush. When I put if I upload to YouTube, I have airbrush app, clean up. But really, so anyway, it was very relevant to everything. Okay, all right, guys. So let's say here. Oh my, what is this? There's one extra. So okay. Anyway, so guys, there's a lot to talk about. Okay, a lot to talk about today because there's always a lot of events, many events. Oh my god, it's so weird. The cards are sticky. Oh, I know what happened. Okay, one sec. Just okay. Got it. Removed. So okay. So President, I went to Paris. Good for him. Good for him. So guys, I've said before, I haven't really watched the news or paid a lot of attention. But the last time I looked, and this is in a way predictable, but this is in a way it's predictable, but it's also Freudian slip of Trump. This wasn't something he said. Apparently he got there, okay. And then he got to France and he missed the ceremony honoring the fallen soldier. Like, oh, who? Soldier? Who? What are you talking about? Oh, I'm special. I'm sure they understand because whatever happens to me is bigger. Okay? Can you imagine? I just like because yes, we can imagine because hello, of course, that's what we thought. Just closing. Like, of course, we thought this is exactly what he would do, but. And I wonder, guys, is this? It's almost like you can't even believe this stuff is happening. It is on top of everything. Okay, it's like he does not care. He does not care. Okay, can you imagine? I can't even. I just can't. I'm sorry. Like I can't even imagine if at least you're president. You should care, especially it's like I'm sorry, but it never works when you go against the military. It's not going to work when you go against the military. Not just go against, but just it's like I just can't. It's like so upsetting. You know what I mean? People sacrifice their lives, and if not, they leave behind heartbroken families, and that's what he does. No, I'm not going. I'm not going. No, I'm not going. Who cares? And I feel like, guys, honestly, any president of any country, even the worst people, they'll be like, oh, I'm so sick. I'm gonna show up. I have pneumonia. Whatever. I'm gonna go. I have to go. I have to be there. It's like, and this is a job. I'm sorry. It's your stupid job, you fucking asshole. I'm sorry, guys. It makes me so angry for some reason. Okay, this whole thing. Anyway, so it's very upsetting to me, honestly, that even the things I understand he's like, okay, you were Nazi, don't care about humans, you're putting people in concentration camps, okay. At least the people that you're supposed to care about, that you say that you care about, okay, are you not going to show up? No. Oh no, they don't have hamburger. I need my hamburger. Yeah. Oh no hamburger. I'm not showing up now. So anyway, but guys, honestly, I'm glad because I was getting ready and I kept seeing, I keep seeing him like Patton. Like I feel like, guys, I have a sense, I could be wrong, that Patton is like shows in his nightmares, kind of like, I'm not against you, bitch. Yeah. And he knows that there's all these military people there. I think he knows that there's all those the military ghosts are telling him. Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. So anyway, So yeah, it's a little talk about the leadership, real leadership. But guys, if you think about it, if there's anything good to come out of this, is that this is the true character that he has. And once he goes down, it's obvious why. I mean, right? He doesn't. Okay, let's just get real. Let's get real. He does not represent. He doesn't do his job. Like, the minimum you do is to show up in events like this. Is that hard to show up and be quiet? And even if you don't, like, you just try to quiet and just kind of like where there's a ceremony like that. Okay, so I don't care about anybody, right? So it's just, anyway, total heartlessness and stupidity. Okay, but anyway, guys, like I said, the good thing is that if anybody doubts that he is not doing his job, so all right, guys, so now let's go, because I had to. I was like, that is so wrong, on every level. I'm not the kind of person who would ever do well in the military, but the fact that people join the military and they die, they fight, do things that most people would not do, deserves enormous respect. You know what I mean? I think, even if like that's not my personality, you know what I mean? It's like, whichever country, like, people who do that, it's very serious sacrifice. And nobody, it's like the fact that you don't care about soldiers, you know what I mean? To me, tells me everything that you should. And I get goosebumps when I say this. Just like, okay. So anyway, guys, all right. So let's go. I'm going to have a call here. Guys, you know what? This is not written, but I see your comments here about the California fires. I never do readings on this, but I kind of want to take a moment, okay, to send a positive. Close my eyes here, you guys, to send positive energy to all the people involved, so that, and to try to say, okay, all the people that were caught in this situation. Okay, there's nothing they could have done, and give them strength and help the firefighters, everybody involved who's trying to contain this situation. Okay, so that's that, guys. I mean, I don't know. Okay, because it's what can we say? I don't know, and it's hard. I have not asked questions about this. I think still is going to be a few days and everything. It's interesting, right? How a lot of times we talk about here in this channel, right? Talk about the power of the universe, right? And universal energy, and also nature, right? It's like there are some things, when it comes, you cannot stop it, and this is one of those situations. You know what I mean? So I just hope that the same nature that creates those things is also shaking up the foundations of those people who are creating these lies. Okay, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just like visualizing everybody like holding, helping them and everything, and bringing water in, and I'm getting this image, okay, guys, of as a shakeup, the natural shakeup of things. It's always a reminder that God, God is bigger in every sense, right? God in the universe is bigger, and that this is a shakeup of, a reminder of who's in charge. Jan saying Trump gives medal of freedom to his wife or Shadow. Yeah, Shadow Nettles. Yeah, of course it's pay to play, right? So you give me money, I like you. That's it. Okay, guys. So let me just now go to the readings, okay? Oh my God, 90 miles from fire. Oh my God, very smoky. Oh my God. Mm. Oh my God, we say Deb, wow. And I'm sorry, when we think about it, guys, how serious the global warming situation is, you know what I mean? This is all connected, I think. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. So let's, sending prayers to everybody who is in this situation, okay? Because there's not much that you can do. It's like hope that, wow. Oh my God, guys. Okay. I'm gonna now start the reading, okay? Because we have a lot to cover and may go over a little bit, but that's okay, guys. So let's think about Trump's trip to Paris. Okay, so I'm just thinking of Debbie. I can't imagine, being in that situation. Oh my God. But hopefully it's going to be settled soon. Okay. Wow. So sending protection, bubble of light, also to Debbie and everybody involved in the fires. Okay, everybody who's nearby. I'll know everybody who's trying to help. Okay, and also ask for a break from nature. Okay, to get some rain. Okay, so that this can be contained faster. Okay, so anyway, okay, so guys, I'm gonna now move to and I'm getting a sense here now. I'm sorry, I'm still going to Debbie's comment about the fire. I'm getting a sense here that also it's this, so those things are happening because we're more and more going to have to realize that we depend and need each other. Even the very wealthy people, it's like you can have all these amazing houses, but if there's a fire, you're not protected, So more and more we're going to have to create systems that help each other. Okay, so you can't really be isolated, and you know what I mean. So it's kind of like I think it is this change, okay, where we really have to. We are forced to have to acknowledge what's happening. Okay, it's like we have to help each other. I know that obviously Debbie's helping, but you know what I mean. It's like on a larger scale. So kind of, yeah. I mean, it's this interesting paradox between individuality and like, being yourself, but at the same time caring about others, which is, I think, would be ideal. Living in a society where it matters that you choose your own path, they have freedom, but at the same time, people are taken care of. Taking care, you know what I mean? Like the resources are geared towards helping people as opposed to, creating. So. Oh my God. So, okay. Yeah, Michael is not getting the thing. It's on. Okay. So, okay. Okay, guys. So let me get started. Okay. So let's now I'm gonna focus on. I'm gonna close here the the chat. I'm not gonna be looking at it just for a moment, just so I can focus on this. The question. Okay, so tell me about Trump's trip to Paris. So, guys, I separated this into several sections. Okay, so Trump's trip to Paris. What's his mind space right now? What happens there? Okay, in public. What happens there in private? The outcome of the Paris trip in public, like what we see, because I think what's I think is very interesting about Trump is that a lot happens in private. It's like the reason why he gaslights so much is because he wants to keep the smoke going so that he can do stuff behind the scenes. So it's always about what goes on behind the scenes. Okay, so and of course the trip to Paris has to do with them. We don't know. I think there's going to be a meeting with Putin. Okay. So let me just do that. Let's ask about it. And then I took a lot of notes about Fox News because it's an increasingly huge part of the puzzle. Here saying Fox News investigation. Is there any I know there's investigations on specific people, but is there investigations on Fox News from the FBI and or Mueller? Will there be indictments related to Fox News? How will Fox News change or react when the indictments come out? And will we be able to change it to classify something as propaganda as opposed to news? Because obviously that's not news, right? So then I separated each personality. Okay, Robert Murdoch, his son Lachlan, Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Hope Hicks. She's now working as the communications director there. And the meeting between then also there was this. I saw this photograph of somebody caught Rupert Murdoch this week going into a meeting with Turtle. Yeah, Turtle. Hello, Turtle. How are you? Huh? You're good? Huh? Oh. So very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. They have a lot to discuss. So I want to know what the hell, what are their plans, right? So okay, so let me just have the cards where everything ready. Now I'm going to close my eyes and just start because guys, there's just a lot of information. Okay, so first I want to find out what's going on with Trump, and then whether there's going to, what's his mind space, and then what's happening. Okay, all right. So, okay, so okay, President Trump, what's going on? He's sitting down. He's sitting. He's like, it's like a dog. He's angry, and I think, okay, so what are you angry about? From they're not gonna get me. So he's all about identifying. He's identifying the people who are attacking him, and he's going after them. So, and he's angry because he can't destroy Mueller. Okay, that's the main thing. Okay, he can't destroy Mueller, and that's all he thinks about. Okay, what's on his mind right now? So it's the elections. The elections are okay. The elections are on his mind. The recounts, because they recounts and they want to find out about. Oh my God, they're saying here the black vote, how they targeted specific sections. Okay, and there's, I see in Florida. And that's why he's attacking a lot of black people that, like, these, he's racist, we know that. But he's making this choice because he knows that there's going to be information coming out about how they suppress the votes. So his reaction is always like the people that he attacks, he accuses them of being right. So whenever he's attacking someone, it's because he's doing something against them, right? Like, I mean, he's obviously doing something against them, but it's as a means in his mindset to preempt what's going to come out. So he knows that this stuff is going to come out about the voting irregularity. So he has to attack, and make them all seem really untrustworthy. So that's that. And then there is the money. There's all these accounts are frozen. He does not have a reliable, quote unquote, fixer that he used to have because the Allen guy is talking to Mueller. Everybody. It's like it's interesting because even though he's not the boss, right? The boss is Putin, right? The Russians. The money's not his necessarily, but he has that. It's, imagine if there's an investigation to the mob, the people that fall. Once these people fall, who are you gonna? You can't just hire it's not a normal person where you're like, oh, I need a financial advisor. If you don't like, get another one. No, it's all about who understands the illegalities that he has done, and who can keep doing the illegalities. Not many people. So his life is in disarray. His finances are in disarray because everything is being frozen left and right. Nobody can do anything about it right now. So he's trying to stop it just so that he can stop the blood flow for you know what I mean? The stuff that he's losing already. That's all he thinks about. Okay, so then he's using the presidency, of course, as a means to kind of for him, it's like he's been stabbed, and he sees that obviously he committed these crimes, and that's his fault. But he sees every loss that he's incurring as a result of his crimes coming out as their fault of other people. So he's preemptively attacking, and that's all he does, guys. Attack Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, African American children, everybody, right? Everybody. So then that's all he thinks about, is that he feels he doesn't understand that it's his fault because he's a criminal. He thinks that it's like everybody's out to get him, whatever. So that's his mind. He can't relax, okay, and he can't sleep very well either because he's like, both he has nightmares about what's going on, and then he has all these spirit visitation. Hello, hi, how are you? Time is up, huh? So very interesting. So okay, so guys, okay, so then he goes there, okay. Okay, then he goes there, okay. Meg asked me this question. This term having anything to do with California as a distraction. No, I think that's not. I don't know. I wouldn't. I mean, that's really and if anything, guys, we have to focus on the actual investigation. Okay, so whether Trump has done these horrible things or not is not necessarily is that obviously irrelevant, but I feel like a lot of it is nature. When you give Trump almost too much credit, okay, we have to figure out we have to just get what matters here. Anyway, so it's like his mind is totally, he's like, he's not obviously not in the right mindset. Okay. So it's just like he's constantly worried about what he perceives to be all his enemies. Okay, so he thinks that all these things that are happening is because people go after him. No, he's a criminal. So then I feel like, guys, honestly, I've said this before, even though there's this idea that he's winning, from what I see here, he's hurting. His businesses are done. Like, he's hurting, he's bleeding money. He can't get the money he wanted from the Russians and the Saudis or whatever, just because there's so much scrutiny. Okay. And people are not they're just not, they don't want to get involved. Before he used to sort of be able to kind of get away with it, but now everybody knows. So, he used to be able to get even sort of like people who are somewhat not corrupt to kind of buy into it somehow if they were naive, but now everybody knows he's toxic, so nobody wants to help him. Okay, and this guy, this is why, guys, it's like that guy, it's more and more that guy, I'm pretty sure he's crazy. I've already forgotten his name. What was his name? Matt. What I see, I forgot his name. I wonder why. Huh? War. I don't know. I don't even remember his name. The guy at the DOJ. So with Hacker. Oh, that's right. So it's like like a random, almost like a random person that he picked. Okay, and this is how dangerous he is. He only, like, the more he feels attacked, the more he only relies on people who say what he wants to hear. That's the least. That's not the type of advice he should be listening to, but that's what he wants anyway. So this is like his mind is going crazy. So he goes to Paris. Okay, now I understand. There he is, like, thinking about this 24/7, and I feel like he's trying to micromanage the recount in Florida. For some reason, he really wants to over there. He's like, we have to stop, go over there, try to, and it's like, guys, if you saw the footage about the recount in Florida, it was very, very scary because those people are thugs. They are threatening the recount. They want people to be afraid. So, and it showed that it was the same thing that happened to this is what Ray showed yesterday. Anyway, so he's worried about that. He does not want it. It's like, the Russians. He knows about the Russians, and I feel like the Russians are in Florida. And there's a lot of Russians there, and Putin may have said something to the Russians, like, stay away from, stop the Florida stuff, stop the investigation into the Florida stuff, stop it. Because, like, you guys know, there's a lot of Russians that live there, and I think there's some hackers there. There's just like a lot of shady stuff going on, and they're trying to kind of like wall it off from law enforcement. Little do they know that it's already So anyway, so I'm still kind of like, everything is on his mind. But why did he go to Paris with all this stuff going on? He go to Paris because his boss called him there. Okay, this is why, guys. This is why he didn't show up in the thing. It's not just that he doesn't want to go to the leaders, is that he's only showed up because Putin said he has to go to meet him there. Okay, if it was up to him, he would not have showed up. Okay, he would have been kind of preoccupied with everything that's going on in the U.S. So so what is this issue with the Paris meeting? What did he want? What did he tell him? Okay, so Trump, I want you to show up there. We have a deal. We have our good differences, but there are some things that you owe us. We have been very good for you. We have done a lot of things whenever you have helped your election very much, and the specific ways we helped you. But now it's so unfair how we've been treated. It's so unfair that so many of our most distinguished citizens can't even travel anymore. They can't even access their houses. Look at showing here. Oleg Deripaska had a beautiful home in the Upper East Side, and now he can't access it. How awful it is, and here's some people who have been doing this, and it's like a shows, guys. Putin, giving him names of people who are involved in this and how he has to get rid of them. Okay, and in order to try to free the Russian money and stop these sanctions. Okay, because that's the thing. The only thing that Putin cares about is money. Okay, so if you touch his money or that of his friends, then it's a problem. Okay, so what is it here? What does he want? Oh, he wants him to get rid of some generals. Okay, he wants. This is the thing, guys. I've said before. Remember how I talked about that the whole space travel bullshit thing? There's this Russian guy who's very high level, scary guy. He's been granted to travel to. He can travel to go over there to California, or whatever, to try to get it together. The Russians know that the U.S. military. He may have told him the U.S. military is not letting it. Not going to let it happen. And he wants Trump to try to now start attacking the military. That's like, oh, really? Kind of like getting involved in the military situation. Okay, he wants. Oh, and it's showing me here now. Interesting, guys. Michael. This is why Michael Flynn was so important to them. Okay, because Michael Flynn. That's right. Michael Flynn had a military background and knew a lot and had a lot of contacts and knew how to navigate that world. And now that there was somebody they could trust, and I don't think they don't feel that way anymore about the military. They feel like the U.S. military has already done things against them right now that showed them that they can't attack the way they thought they could. Okay, the U.S. military is working apart from Trump. This is the thing. They are defending the country while Trump is trying to, make it easier for Trump, for the Russians. Okay, so Trump, yeah. So I feel like I sensed this. Remember before, guys, I saw that the Russians were very desperate, and now I feel like they realized by the time they meet with Trump, I think there's going to be a meeting that they can't act right now. But it's not going to tell Trump that. He says that he wants Trump to change maybe the reporting structure of the military. They want him to get information from the military. He wants. And it's like, think about what he's doing now, right? This is a total dishonor to the military, what he's doing anyway, to not show up. But I think it's also a case where the military is the one part of the branch of the government they can't totally corrupt the way they want it, okay? Right? How they got Kavanaugh, they got, all these senators and all that, but it's harder to get the military to, people who their whole lives have actually fought those battles. Even though they obviously are pretty conservative, generally speaking, right? Military people, but I feel like in this case, it's not looking good. Okay, so all right, so next. I'm getting the sense that, yeah, Putin really wants to talk about those sanctions and the Treasury Department. Okay, they feel that now it's too politically dangerous to stop the Mueller investigation. Okay, but they want to try to do. I think they've gone very far and it hasn't succeeded. They haven't succeeded, and I think they want now to find information from the Treasury Department and to let these people. Else giving you all this money for your bullshit properties that nobody cares about? No, I have helped you out like that. Nobody else does that because they all think you're nothing. And he's manipulating. Like I said before, guys, the Russians know a lot about how to manipulate people. So they're saying, well, you know what? Those people are laughing at you. Are you going to let them laugh at you like that? We could all win. It could be a win-win situation. There you are, just kind of acting out. And I'm giving you a lot of choices. It's a good thing we could choose. And then he's gonna try. And he's okay. So. And guys, I see here. I don't think he will succeed in the way he wants, but I feel like he wants to. to suggesting to Trump a Reichstagsfire. Okay, so remember how the Germans, the Hitler consolidated his power when he created this fire. He created in a building, government building. So he wants to, like this is something that actually Putin supposedly did in Russia. He created this. Long story. It's not the point. The point is he wants Trump to kind of like make it more radical. Okay, to really kind of make it more violent and have some sort of like. And this is why that this is like, and I'm getting here again. I've said before, the Russians have a real they have a real connection to the white supremacists. So, okay, so they kind of tell them like, civil war time, whatever. They're pushing for this violence. They want it to happen. They want the explosion. They want all of it because they feel if something really serious were to happen, they would have the opportunity to, I don't say invade the country is not right, but to have some sort of like moment of distraction where they could be, they could like distract and get somewhere, okay? Because they just feel like they feel like they're in a losing proposition, okay? Things to have turned out negatively for them. And they privately, I think they think that Trump is, obviously they know he's stupid, but it's going downhill. Okay, so, all right, so, so that's, now this is like, it's interesting. It was supposed to be about the trip, but there's all the background. So this, okay, so this is the meeting. Okay, so this is, how does this meeting end for Trump? Trump feels like a little boy. He's going to be exposed. He's going to be spanked by his dad or something, like something like really, he feels ashamed. He feels submissive, and he feels that he's like, I only wanted him to I thought he was going to like me. I'm working so hard. And he's just like going to be more aggressive. When he leaves that meeting, he's going to start attacking, yelling. And it's showing that he's losing. The thing is like, you call this journalist stupid. That was a stupid question. He is losing it. So the thing about Trump is when he feels that he's losing, is attacks. So when he's aggressive, it means that obviously he feels under attack. So he is going to be more aggressive, even more inappropriate. It's not going to, guys, this is the thing. I know people used to think, oh, how's it going to end? No, it's not going to end well, because he's not going to tone down. The more pressure he gets, the more crazy he becomes. And when he realizes, the thing is, I think Putin is manipulating him into creating this very chaotic, what I think from Putin's perspective, what he could really get out of Trump right now is, I'm just going to say it, okay, he really does want a civil war. He really does want people to like put bombs on the streets. And he's working with these extremist groups that they have funded or supported online to try to have people from those groups to put bombs. Those things. They're kind of like putting stuff in their heads or whatever with the excuse of this and sort of a religious thing. And that's what they want. I don't think, obviously, they're not going to succeed. And this is the thing, guys. That it's like the pressure cooker stronger. And then, okay, so how does this, and that's what I think what he wants, okay? Okay, so how is this gonna end? How is he gonna end? How is this whole thing gonna end? Yeah, it's showing here, guys, that I see him in a yelling match with the military, where they caught these Russian vessels or whatever it is. I've said that before. This stuff is happening. They've already arrested people and stuff. And they're like, Mr. President, these are vessels. Let them go. How do you know? That's not true. Like he's yelling at the military and try to gaslight the military. And the military knows obviously they know what's going on. And then this is after the indictments come out, like very serious indictments of people close to him. And he's desperate. He's desperate because there's no way out for him. And the military is saying to him, I mean, I think it could be the joint, they say, no, we're not going to do this. We don't like traitors, Mr. President. or like they kind of say it. They like, you don't really like, kind of letting him know that this is like, we have to a country to protect. We're not letting the Russians come in the way you want, something like that. Okay. And so, and then with this background, I think Mueller, like I said, they offer him a possibility to leave. You could choose to continue with this, and we're going to make the treason public while you're in office, or you can try to have the option to resign, and you can claim that you're insane, whatever. So it's like, so he may choose. It's like there's no way out. There's no way out for him. Okay. So this is it. Okay. This is what I think. But let me just. It's weird because I want to focus on those. I want to focus on the trip to Paris, but then there's all this information. Okay. So okay. So what happens on this trip? So the trip, okay, I see the trip. The only point of the trip for him is to talk to Putin. Yeah, I see that he goes to some functions just to say that he was there, but he's totally distracted. He's not there. He's like, oh, he's all he thinks about is, damn it, he gonna find his stuff in Florida. Florida's a big deal, okay? Oh, and it's showing that there's like a hacking, what do you say? Something like a live room, or like a like, for example, have you seen these? It's funny, these images of those old sci-fi movies where there's a control room. A control room, that's what it is. And I think there's a Russian operation going on in Florida, or these hacker, the far right people connected, like all of these. I've said before, I think these people are employed in, some things that one thing that they do is that they post these memes. So they're gonna. I think the feds are gonna bust one of those places, okay, because they track the IP addresses. So there's a whole thing, okay, where they're gonna find stuff. There's more going on in Florida because, like I said, the Russians are. There's a lot of them there. Okay, so all right. So the only thing, like Trump goes to this trip, just trying to go back again. It's like all this stuff. Goes to this trip. The whole thing he gets is like the orders from Putin, stuff he has to do, and that's it. So he comes back, and the outcome is a joke. Obviously we know that nobody takes him seriously. Everybody knows he's compromised, and there's no way out for him. Okay, so that's what it looks like to me. Okay, so the private outcome is this. Now, guys, I remember, I think it was the NRA. There was the reading. I don't think I made it public. One of those live streams about what happens to the NRA right after the elections. Or I think it was one of those that I remember seeing the thing about Trump and the young girls. Remember, I was like, I kind of feel like this may even come out. I do believe it. Okay, I do believe that when this thing, okay, when hi Wendy, good to see you again. So no, it's just like when this whole thing doesn't work, and I feel like the Russians realize they have to cut their losses. I believe they will. I believe they will make it public. Okay, I hope so. Okay, just so that people know the truth about him. But I think it's very possible that they could make it public somehow. Okay, so then, all right. So what about? Okay. Yeah, because they just want to throw accelerant to the fire. Okay, when they realize they're not going to win, the Russians are in danger, and they're going to put more and more fire into the thing. Okay, so that's that, guys. Okay, so oh my God, yeah, Wendy, no, it's 40 minutes in. And guys, I may extend it, okay, a bit more, because I feel like this is kind of important. Okay, now it's just weird because this is, like I said, this is like all this stuff happening. So let me try to now focus what happens immediately after Trump comes back, because there he is, confused about Trump, like about Putin's orders and all those things, and like the threats and everything, and he's worried about the recounts and all that. So what happens when he comes back? What's next after he comes back? What happens? The recounts are out of his control. All these people are winning. Stacey Abrams could very well is winning. You're like, yeah, but they didn't get. He's still happy because he feels like at least Beto is not. At least Beto is still. They still think he lost. He's kind of trying to find the good side of it. Okay, and then. Okay, and then. And then I think he comes back, he accept, this the stuff he can't do, and he's yelling about the recounts, the results and all those things. He's like, no, no, no. And they find more information about how hacking operations and more information, more details about how the voter suppression changed the numbers and everything and all these like lawsuits. And then he's like accusing. All he does is accuse. And then I see the bombs, the bombs meaning there's the indictments. And he can't, and it's like, that's it, it's over. Okay. And I think as the indictments come out, he's like trying to pressure the military into, this is the thing, into letting the Russians go, or like, try to collaborate with the Russians. They're not that bad. Like, so so it's just this chaos because, like I said, I remember I said this before, guys, that right after the election is going to be a little crazy because Trump is trying to, to turn the election results upside down, and then there's these indictments, and then there's the Russian stuff happening too. The aggression. He's trying to change the government, so it's just very chaotic. And I think that he has, yeah, towards January. I said before, towards January, who knows? Maybe he might leave. But it's just, I think it's not that he's like, oh, I'm going to leave. It's so great. No, it's like when he realizes he can't do anything and he can't stop the whole thing. He can't stop the train of truth that's coming. Everything is being exposed. Then that's when he realizes, like, it's not that he realizes something, is that he's given a couple of options. Okay. And that's it. That no, the core important people in the federal government are not let him get away with shit. Okay, all right. So now that's what I think. Okay, now another part of the top. This is we have some time. Michael had asked something. Okay, what about his base? And everybody asked about his base. I've said before, I think they're gonna give up on him. But the most important thing about this, why does Trump get away with this, is because there's a very strong propaganda machine going on right now. Okay, part of it is pushed by Russia and all that, but part of it has to do with Fox News. So to me, it's very obvious that the base is going to change once Fox News starts telling the truth and exposing what it is. So until, you know what I mean? So why, yeah, are they going to do that? What's going to happen? Right? So I feel like if these people are told the truth, then right, so it's just because they repeat all these lies. Okay, so I want to know, is there, because parallel to this, is there any, I know there's I've said before, investigations into Sean Hannity, but Fox News itself, okay, and then what are they going to say once these indictments come out? And then what is the future of Fox News? Okay, and this I may use cards, but let me just do vision, and then I want to do these questions via visions, and then I want to know about each person separately, and then I'll do cards. Okay, later, because it's like a lot of people, a lot of information, and I want to know, because Fox News and propaganda is really at the core of why Trump is successful. People are saying, oh, this is look at Watergate, but Watergate, the press was united. You know what I mean? It wasn't like there was like all these channels saying, oh no, it's the fault of the Democrats. You know what I mean? It's like it was, the crime in comparison is much lesser, but now it's like, so you know what I mean? So okay, so I'm gonna go to Fox. So Fox News. This problem with Fox News is that it's a propaganda channel. So I want to know what is happening right now in terms of FBI and Mueller investigating Fox News. Are they investigating Fox News, and what's going to happen once these indictments come out? Okay, so Okay, guys. So the first thing I saw, this is interesting. Okay, so Robert Rupert Murdoch. Okay, I see him meeting with Putin, and they're shaking hands. They're happy, and it's showing. And this is not new. Okay, but basically showing that Murdoch, even though he's not a politician, he wants power. I say it's funny. I remember it, and it's the same thing he's saying here. He wants power, and the way for him to get power is to attack, kind of like Trump, right? To create this fear-based mentality and to kind of own people that way. Okay, to own the politicians, to make them afraid, and to kind of create the narrative that's too powerful that will give him the ability to change the way societies work. I'm serious. Like he really sees that the media as having this role to shape how humans act. So he creates this narrative, and it's saying that he believes those people who are religious, from his perspective, are easier to manipulate. So using all this religious stuff, and as long as you say, oh God, or whatever, they could just believe anything from his perspective. So at the same time, I also saw that he has all these bodyguards, but that I believe sounds crazy, guys, like a spy novel. That there's I believe in England, I think some of the MI6 agents have infiltrated his personal security. I don't know, something. And so there's people close to him who are watching, because they know that it's like a conspiracy of a very high order. Okay. Now, there's also these deals. There's some sort of deal or reward or some sort of foreign money that is has gone to Murdoch from the Russians. Okay. And I think Mueller may know about it and is able to prove. Now, the thing about it, though, is that the way they crack this is, I think, through Sean Hannity and all those guys who get this is like, it should also show me like what is it, a message, like a newsletter, messaging newsletter. Like this is the talking points in Russian, which is then translated to those people, goes to Sean Hannity, all kinds of people, so that this is the narrative that they want to push the world to say, oh, there might that, you know what I mean, all this stuff, the like this is the Democrats are wrong. It's like they want to create the world like the way a parallel fictional story about what's going on. So they dictate that, and then it trickles down. So whoever receives this information, it's clear that there's evidence that they're being paid, and that anyway, this is it's a conspiracy basically. Okay, so it's not just the FARA Act, because they're acting as agents of a foreign government. And they're going to say that Fox News is interesting, is an agent of a foreign government. Okay. So it's kind of interesting. Okay. So because of that, right? In a way, they have an agenda that is, I think, but what's going to happen once these indictments come out? They're going to take a more measured, saying it's going to take a slightly more measured approach. And I think that, oh, this is Murdoch. Now I'm seeing Murdoch talking to Turtle. Oh, Turtle. Oh, so he's saying that he's like giving him his like what is it, gesture. They're not even saying the word, but they're kind of trying to. There's no way around. It's like there's almost like a moderate. It's like when you go to like a Thai restaurant, sometimes they say, "Do you want spicy, mild, very spicy, not spicy at all?" So they want this is a mild version. Okay, so then interesting. Okay, so very interesting. Yeah. So anyway, so then that's what it is, guys. I feel like they has to be a little bit more moderate. It's not going to be changed dramatically, but they are basically understanding that they're going to have to moderate it because they're under investigation as well. And a lot of it could be, say, if you attack the prosecutor, and this is, guys, this reminded me of the last indictment of Mueller. He used as an example the news that Mueller is a bad person or whatever it was, sort of like suggesting that there is a way in which if you attack them, it's an obstruction of justice. Okay, so I see that Murdoch there with his attorneys talking, and he's surprised at how much information Mueller has. Okay, but this is further down. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be the indictments, like I said before, the propaganda people connected to Roger Stone. Roger Stone is connected to the propaganda newsletter, and it's gonna be several people from Fox. Okay, and I think I said okay, so I'm seeing again the guy Bill Shine, who now works for the White House, guys. I strongly believe that he's talking to Mueller, even if it continues. He's done his job before. This is a job. He knows what to say. I know it's not that he's going to suddenly be like a Democrat, but I feel like he knows how this is up. It's how this operates. Okay, how he also talks to Mueller about the change. It used to be a right wing network, but it became totally about what the Russians are saying. Okay, repeating. So this is it, guys. I think it's gonna come out. These people in Fox News and several other conservative not pundits, those people. I don't know what you call it, but they're going to be mentioned in indictments. They maybe indicted themselves. So it's going to change things a little bit. Okay, it's going to change when all these indictments come out with evidence and then financial evidence that they were paid and all those things. So it's going to change. But I think, like I said, guys, Mueller, when this stuff comes out, it's not going to be like the other indictments. It's going to be very fast. Okay, so they're not going to have the time to prepare for it. So they're just going to have to take a break. And I see Sean Hannity and that guy Tucker Carlson also taking a break. Okay, from the network, so they can deal with private matters, spend time with the family. Yeah. So, oh my God, look like a turtle. Look. Oh, turtle. Huh? Yeah, it's me, a turtle. So anyway, so as I was saying, oh my God. Yeah. So this is okay. So the answer is kind of roughly the question about what happens to Fox News. They're going to moderate it. They're still going to be fairly right wing, and they're kind of going to pretend that it never happened. Okay, the whole thing about packing, they're going to have to be a lot more moderate. Now, what I want to know next about this is each person. I'm going to mention each person, and I want to know their fate. Okay, let's just see when. What is it? I'm trying to think, guys. If they'll be indicted is not enough. So let's see, like fast forward 5 years, okay? Because I think that will give us enough time to understand. Let's say, no, 2 years, 2 years. 2 years down the line, when we look back at what happened to these people because of Mueller, what will be the story, okay? Because if we see what's happening now, we may not get the full story. I don't know if these people are going to be indicted, when, or there's just a lot going on. So I'd like to know, once this whole thing is over, what will be their story, right? Then they'll tell us the full story, okay? And possibly when. Okay, so let's look. Let's say 18 December. Let's say December of 2020. Let's look back at what happened to these people. I want to. Okay, so let's go back. December 2020. What happened to these people, okay, and what will have been their story after the Mueller investigation? Once history starts to be written about this period, what will be their story? Robert Murdoch, and also legal outcomes. Robert Murdoch is exposed as a person who was part of this cabal of people trying to change the world order. There is this information that comes out about how Fox News was driven by the Russian agenda, and how he had made a deal with Putin to have Putin be the quote unquote main content creator. So is there so what is any illegal outcomes for him? And the money that he got from the Russians is confiscated. Money laundering, FAR Act, lose his citizenship, or I don't know, visa or something. BF, yeah, he's not. I think he may eventually be. Guys, seriously, I'm sure to try to focus on this. I can't ask, don't. It's takes a certain amount of focus to focus on one thing. If it's oh, who's the president? It's like a whole other I can't. I'm gonna close this window because I have to focus, and it's a lot of people, a lot of information. I don't want to get distracted. Okay, so okay, so then let's see here what happens. Yeah, I think there's penalties, there's money losses, there is fighting, there is, I think, some sort of money laundering, FAR Act. There is something happening here. When okay, will this happen after Trump leaves or after Trump leaves? Yeah, after Trump leaves. After Trump leaves. Those they are already right now. Those people are under investigation, subpoenas they have to talk to the FBI. And by the time Trump leaves, this all is gonna more stuff is gonna come out. Okay, but this is the second layer of people. Okay, so what about his son Lachlan Murdoch? He's gonna try to modernize the network, but he knows it's a losing proposition because they have too many lawsuits going on. They have too much. There's a lot of work dealing with the what's going on at the federal with the authorities. It's like he may try to sell it later. I think his dad dies in the next 2 or 3 years, thank God. And I think he tries to modernize it, but there's going to be this stain. Okay, this is always going to be associated with treason. This network. So it's not gonna. I think they're not gonna. They may have try to sell it or have a new name or something like that. Okay, and yeah, may have. I don't know. There is a sense where like they may be banned from the U.S. air. I don't know. But this is further down. It doesn't right now. Okay, so but this guy, yeah, but it's mostly. It's like he's trying to comply to everything. The feds are going to go down, and it's showing guys that these people, whoever worked for Trump or was present in this whole thing, is going to suffer for a long time. They're going to be everything they do is going to be under a microscope for the forever. So they're going to suffer for a long time. And this Lackland guy, he's still going to be rich and everything, but he's going to have to deal with forever. All these things like a lot of security checks and all kinds of things. Okay, what about Sean Hannity? Sean Hannity may go to jail connected to the spread of Russian propaganda. His real estate business was a big bit that Michael Cohen was involved in. It's like a whole thing was all about money laundering, and he loses his position. I see him in some sort of uniform. He may go to prison for something. Okay, I don't know how long, but okay. Tucker Carlson also, he used to be this Tucker Carlson was a golden boy of the conservative crew, but he converted to the Russians and started receiving money from them as well. And the Daily Caller is very connected. They saw that there's a connection. They were very emailing back and forth with the Russians as well. So the whole thing is exposed. I see him kind of like, in a trial. But I think here, guys, what gets him is money laundering. Interesting, right? Also the FAR Act. But like I said, the feds decide to go on. Whoever is involved in this, they're going to get they're going to run through their money and see if they receive Russian. And that's what they're going to get. It's like 10, 15 years for money laundering. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's going to go, sounds crazy to say that he's going to go for that long, but that's it. Okay. So, okay. What about Laura Ingraham? I feel she actually apologized in the air. Like she's like, I'm so sorry. I regret the things I've said, and I feel like she kind of retires or something, or just leaves television or something like that. She kind of tries to. I think this one feels bad. Okay, she feels bad, and a lot of those people are obviously going to be without a job, and it's like, what are they going to say when they are exposed to just basically actors? Okay, okay. So, what about Ann Coulter? Funny. I see her kind of like almost like she goes crazy a little bit. I feel like she has anorexia already, but I feel like she gets a little bit like gets very, very small. Like, people who have serious anorexia where you see them on the street, you're like, what the hell? And then she eats like 3 peanuts a day or something. You know what I mean? Like she's kind of like, and she does. I don't know if she gets into like, what is it, meth? I don't know. There's a sense of like she does some sort of drugs. She does drugs or something. she's still, because she's actually an intelligent person. It's just that she lost her identity once this whole thing goes down. I think she may lose her identity. But this is further down the line. I don't think she's involved with this. Okay. Okay. What about Hope Hicks? Now, Hope Hicks is an interesting case. So, what will have been Hope Hicks' story? Interesting. Yeah, I see her. I still see her as like she's like, she's there. Like, yeah, I survived, huh? You all thought I was stupid, but I was ratting on Trump the whole time. So she is there. I think she's there right now. She's there right now. She's still, she knows what Trump likes, or she knows the whole thing. It's just that, and as these indictments start to come down, she doesn't lose her job, and nobody it's like, oh, what? Why? Really? Weird. She's involved in this, and then it comes out that she was an, I say informant. I don't know if it's the right word, but she talked to Mueller. She told everything she knew, and I think the feds made her. It's showing they have made her wear wires still, or something like she has to collaborate if she wants to not get. This is what happens when those people get involved in serious crimes. It's not like they're like, oh yeah, see you later. No, it's like you don't have a choice. You go to jail, or you do what we want. So, you know what I mean? So it shows that she wins in the end, okay? And that it's funny. I remember a long time ago. I feel like she may write this book eventually when this whole thing comes out, and she's one of the few people who win. Okay, it's kind of interesting to see because anyway, but she's there watching. She's still talking to the feds, I think, about what's going on at Fox News. She's still talking, with okay. So, okay, I'm gonna open the window now. Sorry, guys, I was kind of short because I really. So okay, all right. So that's interesting. Okay, so that was cool, guys. So just the last question. Okay, I do have to go soon, but what was the last question? I have an interesting question. What about Kellyanne Conway? Kellyanne, your husband George has opinions. He does, and you know how her husband is a very well respected conservative lawyer, and he's writing all these things against Trump. And Trump is pissed, and he's already talking about it in public. And she may lose job for it. Yeah, she may lose job. Yeah, yeah. So I want to know what's going on at the Kellyanne Conway household, huh? What's going on? They have a good marriage, huh? So I want to know what's going on. What's up with the Kellyanne? I've seen before that she's going to be indicted. She has she been indicted yet? Does she know? Does she has a list on her name? Huh? Okay. What's going on, Kellyanne Conway?
I cannot believe, George. I can't believe that you had to write this. Did you have to write this, George? Did you have to sit your fat ass down and write this? Huh? Do you care about our marriage? George? George, look at me, George. George? 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 I've been there for you all along, and this is what you do to me? You write something like this? Do you know how hard this makes my life? George, I don't deserve this, George.
Okay. He's like, listen, I'm not gonna sit around and watch this guy destroy this country. This is what he's like, he is he's like, I'd say I'm done. I have to be honest, I have to tell the truth. And so what? Yeah, we knew we have something in common. So what? So what? Look at yourself. Are you an idiot? What the hell are you doing on the stupid shows? You're not stupid. You're acting like an idiot. What the hell? I can't, shit. So he's like, okay.
George, I'm living the dream. This is the best place I could be, George. So you have to write that, George. George.
So you're burning my name in the legal community, Kellyanne. When I married you, you were a good woman from a good working class family. And now, look at yourself, Kellyanne. Maybe you should eat something. You should try some pasta for once in a while. I feel like because I feel like she kind of like is, I said before, she's in love with Marcel. Marcel is her love of her life.
Bob doesn't have that problem. I'm sure Bob would have been proud of what I've done. Yeah. He tells that all the time. Yeah.
Okay, so she go to, okay, but I want to know, okay, what's so this going on? So I see he opens his envelope and it's like a subpoena. Okay, there's a subpoena. She has to talk, and she's like, "Oh my God, now I have to waste my time having to talk to people to try to defend your bullshit." And then
I didn't do anything wrong, George. I didn't do anything wrong, George. It's the Democrats.
no, but I feel like
They're just kind of fighting us. They're just like, it's going to be okay, George. Trust me, it's going to be okay.
and and then I feel like this is the thing. There's several subpoenas, okay, and I think requests for documents, and it's several. It's not just one. She has to go to talk to. There are several different cases that she, Cambridge Analytica, the Ted Cruz situation, all those things, okay.
And she's like, Mueller is picking on me because I work for President Trump. So what?
And so she's not aware of the gravity of the situation as she's in. I mean, she knows, but she seems to think that it's weird, guys. They really believe that obviously they're lying, but they start to really believe that's the truth and that's what's going to happen or whatever. So I don't know. Guys, or maybe it's true. Is it true? So she looks like, and there's news, breaking news. Former president advisor Kellyanne Conway has just been sentenced to 12 years in prison. This comes to a shock, and it's like, oh, so she, I can imagine she just, I don't think she serves 12 years, but it's like, yeah. Yeah, for her role in the Cambridge Analytica conspiracy, for covering up the information about the Ted Cruz campaign, the Donald Trump Russia involvement. It's like all these different, she's involved in all this, in protecting Robert Mercer. Oh, really? Uh-huh. Sorry for you, Kellyanne. So, and I feel like George Conway already has somebody he likes. He may like. I feel like he actually may be. He may have met. I mean, I don't know if he's cheating on her yet, but I feel like he met some girl who's like likes me a little bit. She's more sort of like Italian woman, kind of like eats and stuff. So you know what I mean. So it's kind of like she's like happy that he's gonna have a new life. He's like, oh, go to jail. I don't know. No, seriously, I'm sorry to say, but I feel like obviously it's gonna be dramatic. But I feel like, yeah. So go to jail, Kellyanne. I don't care about your bullshit. Are you gonna call Bob Mercer? Call Bob Mercer. Sorry, Bob Mercer. I'm like, yeah, that's right. They call it Bob. Yeah, call Bob Mercer. He's gonna help you out, Kellyanne. Good luck with that. Don't worry, you can always get a public defender. So he gets the custody of girls. They have girls. So then it's like I feel like they have I see the new wife. She reminds me of a kind of like a Rachel. Remember the one who has a cook show? She's not a great cook, but she's a cook. Guys, olive oil. You know what I'm talking about? The one she's like, you always want to use extra virgin olive oil. You know what I'm talking about? I forgot the name of that woman. Rachel something. She's like a regular girl. I'm mom. You know what I'm talking about? So she reminds me of that woman a little bit. Anyway, so I mean, I'm sorry, it was like horrible what I just said. Rachel, yeah, she's a nice person, I guess. I don't know. She's like extrovert and all of like, well, she's kind of like that. And I feel like this guy George he's more relaxed now. He has his new wife and he's happy, and it's kind of like it's not annoying. The person is not as annoying as the one. She's like,
George, I'm so much more attractive than you.
Yeah, I am. She doesn't have to deal with her anymore. I still, I was gonna say horrible, guys. He's gonna give. He makes sure he gives Kellyanne enough money for commissary, because have you watched these prison shows? So when you're in prison, you have this account in prison, it's called commissary. And that's when you buy snacks. So she has a lot of commissary money for ramen noodles, for popcorn. I don't know if she can have popcorn. I don't know, because she's gonna need he's gonna get custody after she goes to prison. So there's gonna do the divorce. But anyway, so he makes sure that she has enough money for commissary. So she but then I think she's still Sarah Palin. Oh my god, that's right. Yeah, so it's interesting, huh? But I think she's still gonna have a gang inside prison. She'll be like, the female prison. She's like, there you are eating again. I don't know. So because she's mean, and she's very manipulative.
Guys, do you think she's your friend? No, she's not. She just wants to eat your chocolate. Yeah.
So anyway, so I'm sorry, I'm like going off. I totally went off. Kellyanne, soap opera. So yeah, I think she goes to prison, and like I said, she and Rebecca Mercer go to prison, so they're gonna, we were friends.
Rebecca Mercer and I, we were the girls of Bob Mercer. We did crazy things just because he asked.
So anyway, guys, I saw this image. I saw, it's interesting because I saw him barricaded, right? The guy, Bob Mercer, really, he's so creepy. And I kind of feel like, I don't know that he goes to prison, because I almost feel like he may try to kill himself, actually, as opposed to going to prison. He's crazy, right? And by the way, I was watching, because I have on, I do things, and I always have on these crime shows. I'm very healthy. I'm very healthy. So today's special was the Unabomber. FBI Files Unabomber. So I was like, this guy reminds me of Unabomber, Bob Mercer. It's amazing, because imagine if Unabomber had 3 million, billions and billions of dollars. Can you imagine? It's very scary. That's Bob Mercer. He's like the Unabomber with a lot of money, without the bomb, but kind of like creating the situations. Oh my god. So yeah, I feel like he may kill himself. I don't know. I kind of feel like by the time comes that he's gonna go to prison, I think he's just gonna be like in his little room there somewhere, like in the back of the house with a gun. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't see, oh my god. Oh yeah, Wendy's so funny. Okay, so anyway, guys. So that's that, guys. I'm sorry. I feel like I started laughing and like lost track of informations. So no, yeah. Oh my god. So any more laughs for me tonight? I need to laugh. What else? What was funny? So before I go, there's always laughter. So I just now, reminded me of oh my god. So okay. Okay. Okay, so what else? I want to do a Melania. I want to do Melania because it was just because Michael, he always signs "Be well, Michael," and it's like we're in the group we used to. He means well, it's like it's just that his signature is to "Be well, Michael." So then you're interesting. So she's not familiar, so it's like Michael. That's how he signs. Okay, it's very nice. I like Michael. Okay, so when it's so funny because just she said I have replied the email about Rick Ved that I am here in the background. Huh. So oh my god, I want to anyway. So I want to know Melania. Let's do Melania. What's happening? Oh, Melania. Okay, Melania, what's up, girl? I have to be here with him. Wait, how does she talk? What was it? I was like, what was it? Oh, here. I have to go to Paris with him. Yes, I have to go to Paris. Oh, it's very nice and he's shopping. Oh, yeah. I decided it's not worth fighting. No, not worth. So, Melania, what's gonna happen? So, what's gonna happen, Melania, when the indictment's overthrown? Um, I'll be fine. I don't like my life no more, but guys, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm not getting it. I don't like. I don't know. It's not getting. It's like, oh no, my life. I don't like my life no more. But I like shopping. Yeah. I love it. Had the back makes sad. So, so I just feel like she just leave. Guys, it's interesting. I just feel like she's such a hustler. She's a survivor. It's just like I have to go. I have to go. I have to get a Chanel handbag. Oh, what is it? I mean, I don't remember. Okay, Melania, tell me. I'm ready for money. Yeah, I'm ready for money now. I'm ready for love. I have enough handbags forever. Yeah, he was a little abusive, but I have a good life. I have things. I don't live in communist building. Yeah, no longer live in communist building. I have better life. Yeah. So, oh, it hurts. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wrinkles, wrinkles. Oh my god, look. So that's it, guys. Okay, so what else? Hold on. Are you going to get indicted? No, no, no. So I think she just leave. She packs up and leaves. She's kind of. It's weird, guys. I feel like from her perspective, she's like, I have to make the best of the situation. Yeah, I have to make the best of it. I'm not going to leave. so, so so it's interesting. I feel like she just kind of decides that she's gonna, do whatever. And then I wonder, I feel like it's saying here she's going to be deported for immigration fraud. You know how she was I'm a genius. I'm Einstein. I speak 5 languages. Yeah. So can you imagine? That'll be amazing. So I feel like she leaves. She may leave. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. It's a whole other thing. I wanted to laugh. Huh? Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I feel like after the whole thing, the whole thing that she had to break down. After she had to break down, then I feel like she decided to go with it. She's like, it's almost over. So so anyway, yeah, I don't know if she wants to get a job. It's like I prefer older man, pay for bills. I don't like job, no. So she may, yeah, I don't know. I think she, who knows? I don't know about her. Oh my god, just want to laugh. I love to laugh. So guys, okay. So I have to go. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go soon. I think we laugh. We cover topics. We laugh enough today. So okay. So that's it, guys. Open score. So yeah, I don't know. She wants. I don't know because guys, I don't think she wants. I think as score services, you probably have to be organized. You know what I mean? I think you probably have how to schedule. Oh no, I need facials. Oh, oh. So, oh my god. Okay, so all right, guys. So so that's it. Okay, so I'm good to go. This has been very nice. I needed to have a laugh in the end. Have a soap opera. So, so all right, guys. So have a good night. And I think I'm gonna tomorrow also. Okay, I know I don't. I know I'm not making the. I don't know how long I'll be able to do these four. But I think it's nice, right? Because I feel like there's so much information. How do I even? I cannot. I can just do one topic. You know what I mean? Right? It's just it's it's a lot. It's just like a lot of information. So I'm gonna do. If I can't, I can't. And I'll tell you tomorrow I can or whatever. But let's keep it going because this is hard. Hard. Okay, it's got hard otherwise. All right. So have a good night. I mean it this time. I mean it. Okay. 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 So see you tomorrow. Okay. Probably around the same time as 6. I'm gonna do it. Okay. Tomorrow. All right. Okay. Good night. Okay. All the best. Bye.